What's wrong with your leg, Mr. Thomas?
I was in a car accident.
That's why he has to go to the doctor 3 times a week at this point, and he can be able to go to jail.
You driving the car in the accident?
Yes,
He was rear-ended.
I don't think he's supposed to be driving. You're not supposed to be driving. We're in the car accident.
and the paper saying that my license was valid.
You signed an affidavit promising me not to drive. Now you're driving. Now you get into a car accident. Did you have a breath test device in your
Yes.
car?
Yes. I had the portable.
No. Anytime you were to drive, you're supposed to have an interlock in your car. He is driving and he's not supposed to be driving, and he doesn't even have an interlock in the car.
Device that the court had.
You're supposed to have an interlock in a car, Mr. Thomas. I'm taking you into custody today. The other thing that I'm going to do, Mr. Thomas, is that you will now be required to pay the $6,500 fee to DPS. And if you fail to pay it, every $100 you owe, you will sit in jail. $100. You're now going, how much are court costs in this case? From now on, you are not my problem anymore. This DWI is going to go on your record. This now makes 2. What happens on your next one? 2 to 10 in the penitentiary. Apparently, everything that we've done with you here was not enough to get your attention. I ordered you not to drive any vehicle that didn't have an interlock. I had you sign an affidavit promising me not to drive until you had court approval and you had an interlock in your car. And you drove, you are now in an accident. You are lucky that I'm going to even follow this deal. But as a part of this deal, I want you to understand you will now be required to pay all fines, fees, court costs associated with this case. And like I said, if you fail to pay even 1 iota, every $100 that you owe, you will sit 1 day in jail. You are now going to owe to the tune of around $7,000. And if you fail to pay it, every $100 is a day in jail. So you can now calculate how much you will sit in custody if you fail to pay this fee. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
At some point, we now need to reach you to tell you what you're doing is not okay, because you keep and continue to do and violate court orders. Like I said, I will issue the capias on this case if you fail to pay, number 1. Number 2, you're not my problem anymore because you will be facing prison time from now on. So I truly hope that you get the fact that if you ever have any kind of substance in your body, any smell of anything funky, and you get pulled over. Have you been to the penitentiary before?
So,
How many times have you been to the penitentiary? You now are a 15 to life case if you pick up another DWI, because they can use your prior pen trip to enhance you to a 15 to life if you ever pick up another DWI. Do you understand? You are giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you can never change this or undo this. I'm now going to sentence you to 30 days in jail. How much credit does he have? He has 1 day credit. 4 days credit, or look it up. 4 days?
Yes.
Okay. 4 days credit. You will be required to pay all fines and fees and court costs. I am suspending your license. I am suspending your license for 2 years. Do not drive. Do you understand? I don't care what is going on in your life. I don't care where you have to go. I don't care what you have to do. You get into a car and drive, you're going to be back here with me. And I'm going to tell you now, it's not going to go well. Do you understand?
Yes, sir, I do.
And what are the fines and fees and costs? You now owe $6,440 that you're going to pay. How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated, a second offense? I will find you guilty. I will sentence you to it. Goes with you. Oh. Is it true that you had a prior DWI in here in 2021? Is it true that you had a prior aggravated assault of a family member
Yes.
in 2023? I think it's only the first one because he's doing 30 days. So
That's what I thought. I
just
didn't
do
know.
the first enhancement.
Okay.
All right. It goes with you.
Of extra days because she's going back to North Carolina and we're just gonna explain to her what's going on.
Amy, what was the last name again?
Russell, RAS. Trina.
Good morning, Miss Russell.
Good morning, how you doing?
How are you?
Great.
So it looks like to me, you are wanted out of North Carolina, specifically Wake County for all felony probation violation, another probation violation, another probation violation, and a misdemeanor probation violation. So it looks like 3 felony probation violations and a misdemeanor probation violation. What's more is that you were on bond for a fraud case here. God, the bond was at nearly $500,000. It looks like that was just recently disposed of on the 7th of this month as well.
I got time, sir.
Well, 180 days state jail, I guess, right? So Amy, what's going on now?
Yes, so the manager switching for pick up on the 5th. We were just bringing her out so we could watch her about the research. If I understand.
So there's a pre-signed waiver.
Yeah, we already entered it on October 17th.
Got it. So a couple things you need to understand. Depending on where you get on probation, when you get on probation, especially on felony cases, you sign something it's called a pre-signed waiver. You sign a document saying, okay, look, by signing for this probation, I agree to waive formal extradition so that you can never fight extradition if you're ever picked up in another state, another county, or whatever. In that respect, even if I wanted to give you a bond, I can't because you've already waived extradition as it is. So I can't give you a bond. We typically just wait. And as a matter, it's 30 days that they have to come pick you up, not the normal 14, because it's a pre-signed waiver. At that point, it's a 30-day wait that we give them for North Carolina to come get you.
Why I came court today, I signed my waiver on the 16th, my day started on the 16th, the 14th. And they said they wanted the extra 5 days, but my mama talked to my attorney, they said they're not coming to get me, sir. It's old, 7 years old, they're not coming.
Well, and if that's the case, then at some,
Oh,
once the
okay.
30-day runs, at that point, they'll issue a nollie and then you'll
Yes,
get out of here.
On the 16th, my day started on the 16th, I'm aware that I signed my waiver and they said that, you signed off on it for an extra 5 days. They said they asked for an extra 5 days. My attorney.
It's still within the 30 days though, right, Amy?
Yes, yes.
It's still within the 30 days.
Yeah.
So it's still, I mean, we're not doing anything to you.
So the extra
That's-
5 days that they said that they want to come and get me, if they don't come and get me by what, November 4th, do y'all release me? or what?
What's the date?
Her very last reset date is November 18th, also we're trying for that, so we have her next reset to be November 6th, because they want.
Have you spoken to North Carolina?
Yes, and they're scheduled for November 5th, I believe.
So they've spoken to North Carolina. North Carolina is still interested in you and they're indicating that they're gonna come get you. So I don't know who your mom talked to, but they're talking to the sheriff's office and the DA over there, and they've indicated,
Can you tell me why it's on the 18th and my day start on the 16th? I signed with you on the 16th. Can you tell me that, please? I signed on the 16th, sir.
So the 16th was the original waiver,
Yeah,
that was the 14 days, but then we had to get an extension, which is why we entered the.
so it's 5 days from the 14th. That's what it is. No. Remember, it's a 30-day window that they have to come get you, not the
I signed
14th.
on the 16th. I didn't go to court on the 18th. I signed on the 16th. That's what I'm not understanding. I got the paper.
Okay. I mean, it's still within the 30 days. Okay. So they have up to 30 days. Sometimes they need a little bit more time. As long as it's within the 30 days, it's fine. It's not an issue. But they have up to 30 days to come get you.
What you mean by November?
So I don't know what the actual day that they're gonna come. I have no idea. So I'm not gonna commit to an answer for you because I just don't know what day they're actually gonna come. It's just that they have 30 days to come get you and that's what's gonna happen.
Talk to the prosecutor.
Don't talk to her.
So if November 5th, they don't come and get me, then what? I gotta come back to court or what? That's what I wanna know. I'm not
No,
understanding.
they have until the 16th of the following month. Theoretically, they have the 30 days to come get you. Now, we try to get them to come quicker, but sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It depends on how many other people in other jurisdiction, other state that they have to come get. But they try to do everything at one time so they don't continue, because every time they come pick you up, it's $3,000 there, $4,000 there. So they try to do everything at one time to maximize spending, so they're not wasteful. When you get on probation, fulfill your probation. Because when you don't, and when you end up with these violations, this is what happens.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
Right, ma'am. Come on this way.
He reports to me that he stopped. And if we just drug test him maybe next week.
Fine, I'll give you a week. If you, I'm not, no,
I've been,
stop. I will give you the week. If you continue to test positive, that means that you continue to smoke. And we're not going to do this when your case is as old as it is.
yes, sir.
I'll see you back in a week. I'm going to test them in a week and we'll go from there. I will
Appreciate
give
you,
you the
Judge.
benefit of the doubt.
You
though,
can't do 2
CDO.
weeks, sir, just because I was a heavy user. I'm not trying to
No,
lie or
No,
nothing.
your
I stopped, look, honestly.
I'm not going to talk to you about this, Mr. Cuello.
It was the best thing.
Your case is 1,100 days old, Mr. Cuello. I'm not going to do this with you again. No. See you in a week.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. CDO.